Hi, welcome to another Power Blast podcast. In this episode, I'm going to talk about obstacles that people face when just wanting to get healthy and fit. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Perry Tinsley here, creator of Power Blast Podcast, owner of PutYourselfFirst.com, and founder of Team Power Blast. Also, author of an ebook called My Fit Start at MyFitStart.com. Free book. Go and download it. Make use of it. Today, I'm going to take it for a little walk here. Was thinking about things that when people want to start a health and fitness program. I mean, a lot of times, maybe you've already started one and just got sidetracked, or you were fit at one time and life got in the way, or you're just looking to get started and you're just at a tipping point. I'm just going to give you a few tips here that you're bound to face, and this is if you plan for these things, you're going to really be very successful in whatever program or whatever plan you follow. First thing is, you definitely want to make it simple and doable, and know that it's going to take work, and just resign to the fact of that. When I first started, I was thinking, man, I could just modify it my own way, and literally I wasn't getting results, got frustrated, and just stopped. And that's because I wasn't following a plan, and it was a pretty simple plan. It was a straightforward plan. It's just that I just didn't get into it, and I had to wait until I was really more sick and tired of me being fat and getting unhealthy than I was ready for complaining with how hard the workouts were. Which the workouts were very, very, they were just hard for me at the time. No, they're not hard now, but they were hard for me at the time. So I want to tell you that. Here's a few things. I've written some things down here. One of the things, you've got to plan for obstacles. Obstacles are going to happen when you go to start, and you're like, there's a lot of people out there that'll be like, I'm all in, I'm going for it, and they'll spend all this time getting ready to get ready. And you know what, you just got to jump in and go. Follow a plan. We've got a lot of great workout programs that just tell you exactly what to do. That's what worked for me. I needed somebody just to say, show up, do this, and I just followed it and stuck to the plan and got results. Go figure. But there's going to be people that you come across that, depending on the people that you hang out with, that may try to take you out of your game. You're starting another diet again. You're doing this. A lot of times, if you end up going out to eat with somebody and that you want to stay kind of on a healthier eating plan when you're out to eat, it's very easy for this dessert won't hurt, or one day isn't going to matter, and all this stuff. You know what? Here's the wording that I would use, and the mindset to put yourself in there. Just tell yourself and tell the other people, you know what? I'm going to stick to this plan, and I'm just doing an experiment for 30 days just to see what I can achieve. That way, they're not feeling like you're going to alienate them by getting all healthy and fit, and you're not joining them in their unhealthy habits. You're saying, you know what, I'm testing things out for 30 days. Just support me for these 30 days. I just want to see what I can do. That's very doable for people. And so that's one thing I would do to do that. That's when I started, there were some holidays that came up. There were some, I think Mother's Day came around, and a big brunch that we always did, and there's these things that events are going to happen. And you know what, I just had to say at the time, you know what, this is something I want to just push through and do the best I can and not have it take me out of the game. So that's one thing. The other thing is, do your best to block out the days. So for let's say you're going to start with 21 days or a 30-day program, or even 60 days, block out those days and say, you know what, I'm going to commit to this for this time, and just see what happens if I show up. You don't have to, a lot of times people want to say it's going to be a lifetime thing. You know what? Take it step at a time and just do it 1 month at a time or 3 weeks at a time, and just see where you can go that route. So block out the days. And one thing that it really worked for me was I just got a calendar, and when I followed my calendar and just crossed an X off the day, just to say I got my workout done, that's all I did. And all I wanted to do was fill that calendar up with a bunch of X's. And I think I took Sunday off, maybe. Yeah, I think I did. But I made sure that I got back on Monday, because sometimes you get sidetracked with football games or whatever, and then you feel cruddy the next day, and then you're like, oh, I don't feel like getting back into it. But you got to do it. You just got to do it. X those days off. Also, you got to block out the time during your day of when you're going to get that workout in, because I'll tell you what, life will try to get in your way and force you to miss a workout, and then you feel like you got to double up and you got to make up for it, and then eventually you're like, oh, what's the use? I got to start over again. And you got to quit starting over and over and over and over. You just keep moving forward and just show up. So my recommendation is to do the mornings. And I know you're going to freak out and say, oh my gosh, I'm not a morning person. But you know what? You're an experiment for this next 30 days. So you don't have to adopt that lifestyle forever. You're just trying things out to see what the results are going to be for you. So block out the time. Next tip is to be in control of your own meals during this time frame. And now I know a lot of times people are like, oh, I don't want to have to make an extra set of meals for me, and one for me and one for my family. But you know what? That might have to be the case. If your family's not on board to do the things that you're wanting to do, that you may need to do your own foods there. You've got to plan your own meals. This is your experiment. If you're doing it together as a family or with a spouse or whatever, that's cool. But if not, man, make it that way. Hey, I'm near the dog park. That's pretty cool. I should have brought the key. You can hear the little doggy here. So that's one thing I would say, to make sure you be in control of your own meals and plan in advance. Next tip here, plan in advance for food cravings. There are things, you're going to get to certain points in the day and you're eating healthy and whatever, and all of a sudden you'll see a commercial for something, or you'll just have this urge to have whatever it is, chips or whatever, cookies. And a lot of times that you can't just stay with one. Once they cross your lips, you're going to be like downing the whole bag of chips or whatever. So make plans for those. If you want some ideas for healthy snacks, or snacks like those late night cravings, I've got a big, huge list. I'm going to actually have it for a download, but I've got like at least 10 that you can start with. And have those things in stock, like some raw almonds or something like that, and dried fruit. And just have those things on hand, so that when you do have those cravings and you have those times of temptation, you have an alternative to turn to. That's another thing that you definitely want to make sure you have in place. And know what your temptations are. If you know that 7 o'clock at night you're ready for that ice cream or that Ben and Jerry's, or you're that temptation of, man, if I see that I have a big block of cheese in the fridge and my down moment is this time, and if I see it, just get rid of it and hide it. And you know what I used to do? This is kind of funny. I used to have this, I'd just be addicted to this Kashi cereal, this cluster crunch stuff or whatever. And I knew that once I had a taste of it, that whole box was gonna get eaten. Yeah, the whole box. And so if I had that in my house and I was on my plan, I would literally take it and hide that box down in the garage or out of the way, out of view, or just not buy it altogether for that. That's probably the easiest to do. But I know sometimes people have families where those other temptations are around, and that's it. So if you can at least keep it out of your view, and that way. But the last tip is to show up no matter what. That's the way to do it. I mean, you are wanting to get healthy and fit for a reason. I would want to know that reason why, and it's not probably just to lose 10, 20, 30 pounds. There's probably something more to it. And dig into why it is you're wanting to start and where you're wanting to go with it. Stop the all or nothing mentality and just chip away at it day by day. follow these tips and know that you're gonna face these obstacles along the way, and man, you are gonna do some great things. Now, if you want to follow something really simple, really doable, that's usually the type of plan that people will follow. I'm going to recommend the 21-day fix. I was really amazed at how, when that program came out, how simple it was to follow. The fact that people can eat a lot of food and still stay when they're within the portion control, and to actually see and eat the right amount of foods that they're supposed to eat, that kept them fuller and kept them happier. People were blown away that they're like, I can't actually eat all this food. The containers look small, but it's actually a lot of food. I feel fantastic, and weight's dropping off like nothing. That's crazy. People found that with 21-day fix. So check out that program. You can either check out the link below or check with your coach to help you out with that. We've actually got a group that caters to that and get motivation and support, and to be able to share recipes and have access to how to make meals and stuff like that. But it keeps it simple because it's simple nutrition and it's simple workouts. Nothing crazy, nothing off the charts fancy, but things that work. So that's all I have for this week. I so appreciate you subscribing. I hope this was valuable. If you find somebody, find some of this information that was valuable and you think it would help somebody, please pass it along. And I so appreciate you for subscribing. And as always, remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week.